Hello, YouTube sphere. Hello, YouTube sphere. We are here. Want to get started? Gonna get started. Let me start my Instagram and my yes. Hello, everyone. It is Real Estate Tuesday. It is Real Estate Tuesday. Hello to everyone. I appreciate everyone that's coming in. Everybody, I hope everybody, it's a great night to have a great night. Hope you had a great day as well. It's a great day to have a great day. And I always start off with a smile, right? So, um, I am here. My name is Toria Howard. If you don't know who I am, and I am here to educate you because I'm an educator. That's my calling. That's my purpose. I know that. I teach eighth graders, but I'm here to teach you about some credit and real estate and mesh that all together. That's what we are talking about today. A lot of people, and I'm talking to, not just first time home buyers, but people that might want to get back into the game and not really knowing, because a lot of times when we purchase a home, we don't really have the financial literacy. We can't, some people just luck up and be able to buy a home and don't have the financial literacy. And sometimes we get into trouble when we purchase a home. Let me tell you my quick little story. I did all that I was supposed to do to buy my first home. I bought my first home in March of 2010, right, in Memphis, Tennessee. I bought a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom house. As a teacher, I was proud. It was my first house. It was 2,700 square feet. I did all of the things to get myself ready. Work with my. It took me 3 months. My process took 3 months because it took me that long to kind of find a house that I liked, and because I started in January, and I kind of started early because my lease wasn't up until June, actually July, I think. But in my contract of my lease that I didn't read, read your contract. If I bought a home, I could break my lease with no penalty, and I didn't know that. But I bought my house in March 2010, and I was elated. I did all the things. I had good credit. I was in the 700s. I had saved the money. I had got a teacher grant to purchase a home, and also I had another loan, a down payment, a closing cost assistance loan that I had to help me purchase the home. But I also had some savings and I had some things, and I bought this home for 150,000. Fast forward to 2019, where I did not take care of my house. I did not do the regulatory maintenance. I didn't have an emergency fund for my home. So my financial literacy wasn't good enough to sustain my home. And I had to sell it in a short sale because I got behind on my mortgage. And what is a short sale? A short sale is when you sell your house to and everybody gets paid but you. I just say it like that. I had no profit off the home. I had been living in there almost 10 years. No profit. Stupid of me. I could have um, worked something out with my mortgage company, but I didn't really know how to do that, negotiate it or whatever. I didn't have the financial literacy enough to understand. I could have saved my home. And then the pandemic hit, and my house went from 167,000 when it was sold to 250,000 in 2020. 2021, it went to 280,000. 2022, it was over 300,000. To date, it's almost worth 350,000. And if I want to know what I know now, I would have kept my house, and I would have had like a 200 or more $200,000 profit off of my home. It could have used that as leverage. My first starter home was a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom house for 150,000, and I fumbled that bag. So I'm here to show you now how to fumble it. Okay, so we talking about understanding how credit impacts you in the home buying process. A lot of people don't like credit, don't like to use credit cards and things of that nature, but a lot of times people don't know how to use them correctly. So that is the problem. I had helped a young lady. She is a homeowner for, it's been 2 years now since she bought her home. Yeah, it's been 2 years since she's bought her home. And we had a conversation, and she was that type of person. I don't want any credit cards. Buy everything with cash. Credit cards are bad. And when I sat her down and I told her how to utilize credit cards, she did that. Within 3 months, her credit score grew. Within 6 months, she was ready to purchase a home because her credit score had got to the point where she could get to the program that with Bank of America. But Bank of America wanted her to have some savings. So she had to wait 3 more months to save the money. In 10 months, she was a homeowner. 4 months. 4 months after that, she was a homeowner. So 10 months within our conversation, she was a homeowner because she was an action taker. So I want you to be an action taker, right? So understanding how credit impacts your approval for a mortgage. So let's talk about it. So credit card utilization is huge. It is 30% of your credit score. Your credit history is 35%, your credit utilization is 30%. So if you have high credit card limits and high credit card balances, you have high utilization. If you have a high credit card, um, you know, balance of a low credit card balance and high credit, uh, you know, availability, you have a low utilization. So let's give you an example. And let's say you got a credit card for $5,000, right? And you've charged 2,500. That's 50% of your utilization. And it could drop your credit score right before closing. So you need to make sure that when you're in the buying process, you want to be as slim as possible. And how you beat that, you want to have your credit card utilization between 6 to 7% during the process. And the way you do that is only use your credit cards for things you know you have the money for. You're only going to use your credit cards for gas, groceries, paying your phone bill, because those bills you can pay right back off because you have a set time. And then know the times in which your credit cards um, report to the credit reporting agencies. That's Experian, that's TransUnion, that's Equifax. Know when they report. So then you are paying it 2 days before it's reporting, because you have to give it at least 40. I would say 3 days, 2 to 3 days before it processes. I mean, before the end of your cycle, which is your credit card statement date, it usually they usually report it after that. So if it's June 1st to July 1st, then you need to be paying it before then, because most likely, your credit card uh, bill is not due to July 5th. You know what I mean? So they do stuff like that because they want the more utilization, the more things are on your credit, the more money the credit reporting agencies get, and the more interest that the credit cards get. So it's a win-win for them. So you want to keep your credit card utilization within 6 to 7% during the uh, buying process, and not shoot that up, because it will drop your credit score drastically. Like I said, credit card utilization is 30% of your credit. So the second thing is why you shouldn't open new accounts during the process. You already in the process. You don't need anything else. Pump your brakes. Okay, slow down, little red Corvette. You do not need to add any more credit on your account, because it's going to drop your score, and you don't want to drop your score. Even if it's store cars or furniture for the house, do not do it. Wait till you have the keys and you're out of that closing that title office, and you have it and you're gone to your house. Then go get have the furniture in mind, have all of that, but then go get the furniture after you leave the title company, not before. Please don't do it before the walkthrough. Okay, please don't. Okay, don't buy anything, purchase anything during that process, during that 30 to 45 days. Don't do it. It's only 30 to 45 days you can do it, and just wait to get your furniture after the fact. So example, I had a client who opened a furniture card after her offer was accepted. She had got so excited. Her score dropped 12 points, and the lender had to re-pull her file, and it almost cost her deal. So you need to make sure that you're not costing yourself the deal. They're going to constantly check your credit throughout this process, because you go through a pre-approval. Okay. Well, I should say there's two things. Sometimes you are, what is it? I can't think of the term. I'm going blank right now. But before, it's a pre-approval, and then you have to go under underwriting, right? A lot of real estate agents strive to have the mortgage company let them go into underwriting before that, because then you will know. But during that process, they're constantly checking your credit report. They're constantly checking your score, and if it drops below the limits, it can increase your debt to income ratio, and it can increase your interest rate. And two of those things you don't want, because if it increases your debt to income ratio, it lowers your limit. So, say for instance, if you were approved for a $300,000 house and you went to get the furniture card, silly goose, okay, and it drops your score and it increase your debt to income ratio, you can now be only approved for 275,000. So that house that you were eyeing, that you got accepted offer, can be taken away from you. You have to start over again. So make sure that you are understanding you have to be disciplined during this process. Number three, what you can do instead. This is what you can do. Keep your credit cards as close to frozen as possible. No major changes. Okay. Pay off balances and keep the accounts open. Please don't close no accounts during this process either. You're going to use the credit history, which is going to drop your score. Stay under 10% utilization. Like I said, 6 to 7% is that sweet spot. 10% is like, yeah. 6 to 7% is right there, right? So, for example, another buyer paid down their credit cards to 7% utilization and gained a 20-point increase. It gave them a lower interest rate. So you want to keep that. The point is, we're playing the interest rate game. The higher your credit score, the lower your interest rate. The lower your credit score, the higher your interest rate. And also, the higher your credit score, the more debt you can have. Not saying that you're supposed to have a lot of debt, but the more debt that you can have. Okay. Usually, if you have a 740, 760 or above, they accept a 56% DTI, which is debt to income ratio. Usually, when your credit score is lower, they only accept 43% debt to income ratio. So you are on a thin line. But 43% debt to income ratio is the sweet spot. If you get some lower than that, you are doing well. You are living well below your means. Good job. But you want to keep your credit card utilization 6 to 7% during the home buying process. Okay, 10% is like pushing it. Anything over that is a detriment. You want to keep that utilization down because, like I said, it's 30% of your credit score. So the fourth thing is, if you have to use credit, talk to your lender first. Let them know what you're trying to do, what you need to do, so they can make some adjustments and tell you what you need to do. It's all about communication in this game. You have to communicate, right? Use the card sparingly and pay it off quickly. Like I said, use the card because you don't want to lose your points and the things, because the credit card companies to start taking stuff from you if you don't use it. So use it for things you already know you're going to have the money for. You know you're going to buy groceries. You know you're going to pay your cell phone bill. You know you're going to pay your light bill. You know you're going to pay your car note or whatever. Pay it with your credit card. Then some card notes don't let you do that, but card, loan places, loan holders don't let you do that. But if you can, pay your car note. Pay things you already have the money for. Not only are you saving your cash because you're not paying the credit card bill and the utility bill, you're putting it all in one place. So you're saving yourself money in the long run. It might not look like it, but it's saving yourself money in the long run. So a tip that I will give is use it, like I said, for your gas, your groceries only. Pay it off before the statement closes. Know when your statement date close. Know when that credit card closes. So then you will have what you need in order to go through underwriting smoothly. I don't really like the fact that they do underwriting late in the process, but it happens. It happens. So you have to make sure that you're abiding by those rules. So the fifth thing is I want to talk about is credit behavior is being watched until closing. You need to make sure that you are looking at it yourself, because the lenders are looking. The lenders may recheck your credit before funding your loan, and you don't get your funding for your loan until we're almost at the closing date. So make sure that you're checking it. You're being disciplined. You're not spending. Okay. You're not going on shopping sprees. And please, please, please do not put nothing in your name for anybody else. it's not the time. I had a client before, her daughter needed a car, and we were so close to closing, and she put the car in her name, increased her DTI, dropped her credit score, lost the deal. So make sure that you're not doing that. So another buyer leased a car a week before closing. Like, why do this to yourself? The lender ran a soft check and discovered the information. The DTI shot up. They lost the house again. So many deals go sideways because you're not using your credit wisely during this process. The home buyer process, you have to be very disciplined, very strict with yourself, and not getting overly exciting and buying things before. Don't put the cart before the horse, as they say, right? Don't go buy the furniture. Don't go buy the car. Do all those things after the fact, after you leave the title company. You can go to the car dealership then after you leave the title company. You can go in. You go to the Gardner White, that's local furniture company here, Haverty's, wherever that is that you want to go to buy your furniture, Wayfair, whatever it is that you want to do to get you some credit, and you want to do that. Wait till we leave the title company. You got the keys in your hand, and we walking away, and we gone. Then go and do that. But during this process, you have to be disciplined. You have to be strict with your spending, and only spend if necessary, and use your cards because it helps boost your credit score. Use it for your groceries, your gas, your utilities, your things you already have the money for. Don't put nothing in your name during this process for nobody else. Don't buy the furniture. Don't buy the car. Don't do any of those things. And you want to keep your utilization 6 to 7% during this process. 10% is edging, but anything higher than that, your interest rate is going to go up because your credit score is going to drop and your DTI is going to increase. That's going to drop your score. So make sure that you're doing these things, being disciplined. And guess what? I have a resource for you. So like, comment, and share. And I hope this was, you know, some great information for you. Share it with someone that you feel needs it. I'm about to get on my education bit. I watch Wall Street Trapper for Trapping Tuesday, so I'm about to get on YouTube and watch. I'm always learning constantly on different things. Hi, Patrick. So one thing that I have a tool for you. If you're ready to become a homeowner right now, you can download my ebook, Journey to Your Castle, for smart tips for you're buying your first home, the financially literate way. Okay. The link is in my bio. It's on my description of my YouTube. It's also in my Facebook link that is pinned. So, which is the wrong link again. I don't know. I changed the link. I'm going to rechange it once I stop the video. But like, follow, share this live with someone who's ready to buy a home but needs credit game plan first. Share this with somebody who needs a credit game plan. I'm here to help you, even if you need repairing, if you need to grow it. I'm here to help. I'm here to assist. DM me credit ready to grab your copy of my ebook, Journey to Your Castle, which is going to help you be able to be smooth on this journey, because you want to be smooth, right? You want things to go, everything don't go as planned, but it can be smoother if you have the proper team and the proper education. Educate yourself. Don't trust anybody's information but your own. Okay. But also get with the right team. Get with a trusted real estate professional like myself. Educate yourself. See what programs are out there for you. And let's get it done. Let's get some houses. Let's build some wealth. Okay. Have an amazingly beautiful, blessed night. And I'll see you again in these social media streets. And I'll see you, next week for Real Estate Tuesday, talking to the homeowners next week. Tune in. Have an amazing night. Bye, YouTube Sphere.